Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Dru Story News Podcast. However, I really don't know where I'm going to post this because I'm kind of in YouTube jail at the moment. They took one of my videos down again for medical misinformation, which is not true. And I am explaining to them, we're going back and forth via email. I'm explaining to them why that was incorrect. And it is incorrect. Listen, I'm under no delusions, and I am aware that it's a private platform and they can do what they want. But if you set up rules and guidelines, you have to, you abide by those rules and guidelines on your corporate private platform. And so you can't execute punitive action under false pretenses or things that you're claiming are violating those guidelines when they're actually not. That's why I am proving to them that I'm actually correct. They're incorrect for removing my video, and I've been explaining that to them, all week this week. So I'll update you about that fight and what they do if they decide to remove or return my video, which is what they should do, because they're incorrect. The removal was wrong. And if they don't, what they would be doing is inadvertently, reflexively admitting that they're not abiding by their guidelines at all. What they're doing is censoring content creators' opinions and conversations. What's in the guidelines it's very clear. They allow misinformation, or they're basically say in layman's terms, summarizing. Sorry, it's a long day. Summarizing what's in the guidelines. There's a section in the guidelines that says, they'll allow some medical information if, certain things are made in context, such as a disclaimer, which is what I did in the beginning of the video, and throughout I said it. So in the beginning of my video, there was a disclaimer making it very clear that my guest and I, we are not experts, we're not professionals. And if for those seeking professional advice, medical advice, you should consult your doctors. That was said in the beginning. So that automatically should have exempted me from this kind of nonsense that I'm dealing with now, because that's in their guidelines. When you do that, when you make it clear how to receive the information that we're giving, letting them know, we're not professionals, we're not doctors, we're not scientists. We're basically two guys having a conversation. So it shouldn't be even subject to being flagged for misinformation because we're talking. And so that's what I'm pointing out to them. So your removal is confirming what I'm saying, that you're not abiding by your own guidelines. What you're doing is literally censoring people, their conversations, their opinions. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm allowed to go against the status quo, because the corporate science, the status quo, the corporate science is always wrong. We live I was explaining in a different video, the corporate science of the day. They used to bleed people with leeches. They used to do all sorts of things. The medicine that they prescribe people for years, these drug companies have lawsuits because they were actually lying about the information, the efficacy. And we're still dealing with this, in present day. It's just that they're such a powerful entity that they get away with crimes. And, the YouTube, they're censoring these videos for the same corrupt entities to protect their lies and calling everything against what they don't want, the inoculations, calling everything misinformation. They're doing it at the behest of these evil, corrupt entities that have bought them off. So, YouTube is protecting their advertisers, and with the money, they're protecting their bottom line. And so they're censoring people. And it's not ethical. It's wrong. Just like they removed my video. So I explained all of this to them. The corporate science is not real science. So don't come off like this is medical information, because nothing that I've disseminated was false. And I also said that we're not going to talk about the subject because we can go in that direction. You didn't allow me an opportunity to defend anything said, because you don't want me to do that publicly, because I can do that too. The corporate science is wrong. the corporate science is trying to protect itself, trying to protect its lies, and they're hiding information, which is, again, why they censored videos like mine, because they don't want you to know what they're not telling you. So they need to reverse that decision that they made, and we're going back and forth. Um, it's not my first rodeo, and I'm very careful with how I put information out. And, I don't deceive people. I don't do things half-cocked, you know. So I'll update you on that fight, but that's not what this video is about. This video, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very, very good mood, and want to talk to you guys today about the diet and the importance of eating right and how it affects your vibration. Your vibration, the diet is connected to everything. And there's a lot of spiritual people who, are aware of that, and they live that, and they eat right. And there's some spiritual people who don't. And, you want to be a high vibrational person, vibrating higher and ascending and, entering new earth. But there's a lot of people who are doing bad things that are not on that path. And I've been noticing a lot of things when my vibration is rising. I'm getting more and more spiritually powerful. I'm getting dreams. I'm getting rewards. And you're going to notice something when you keep vibrating up. Very crazy things are going to happen when your vibration keeps rising. When your vibration rises, you're going to see, or you may see, that you're going to attract a lot of beautiful, powerful people into your life, coming out of nowhere, all over the world. And at the same time, you're going to repel some people. Some people are going to exit out of your life. And that's source. It's just nothing to be offended about. It's just that your vibration keeps rising, and some people aren't. Even high vibrational people, spiritual people, sometimes are stuck, and your vibration doesn't match anymore because you keep rising. And, people live, sometimes it's just amicable, just like, you just kind of drift out of people's life. Sometimes it's bad. They'll just make something up. You said this or whatever, and they're going to be irritated by something nonsensical because it's just your vibration is pulling you in a different direction. And some people have a commitment to their shadow self. And sometimes people let their shadow make decisions for them. And, people need to walk into what they deserve, and you need to walk into what you deserve. Don't even get offended. Don't be in your feelings. I mean, it is what it is. And when your vibration changes, you're attracting new things and new people, and other people are leaving you or you're leaving them because, it's no longer a vibrational match. There's some people I haven't talked to in years, like, vibrationally, they're exiting, and let it be. Let it be. And some people have a commitment to their shadow self, and their shadow selves, the shadow is ruining people's lives. I'm seeing that a lot. People fall into negative projection, negative thinking, antagonistic thinking, and it's just like, you're not a vibrational match, and just move on and continue to worry about yourself and continue to vibrate higher. And, you're going to come into new settings and new environments, new people, and you're going to see that, it's being rewarded. When you're raising your vibration, it's just, the game is reshuffling. Like, it's amazing to experience in real time. Just don't get too caught up in your ego, take anything personally. Just go with the ride and vibrate up, and you're going to see amazing things. Your frequency, when you raise your vibration, your frequency is going to irritate people who have a commitment to their lowest self. And what's going to happen is, there's more chaos, there's more depression, there's more bad decision making, there's more low level activity, you know, messing around with low level people, sexually low vibrational decisions. And people don't understand how important it is when you're not on your path to ascension. You're going to ruin your life. Your mind is not right. You're low vibrational. You're low vibrational, and every decision you make, every reaction is toxic. When it's toxic and it's, you know, you're ruining your life. That's why the diet is very important. And I wanted to talk about the diet because I went to lunch with someone, and I kind of brought my my pack, my plant-based pack with me. I have oat milk just in case I'm gonna have tea or coffee. I have agave, blue agave organic sugar with me because I don't use regular sugar. I had just a whole variety of things, and my friend laughed at me. It was like, you know, uh, basically what you got there. And I was explaining the reasoning behind what I brought, and I kind of felt people near us were listening because it's the vibration. When you're high vibration, when you're high vibrational, it's gonna attract so much things, and I can feel the energy. I can feel the electric energy, and people listening, or what's this guy saying? And other people who are like, they're protecting their low vibrational stuff. For example, there's a lot of high vibrational people, source players, who are really thinking about the diet and the meat eating. And, it's not about preaching to people to be vegan or plant-based. It's just like there's truth and there's untruth. I think Orwell said that there is truth and there's untruth. And there's a lot of people, including high vibrational source players, who are going to be stuck, and they're not going to ascend because they don't want to catch that download. Their lower self is going to say, nah, I'm still eating this dead carcass, low prana stuff, even though my mind and my higher self is like, yeah, that is actually something that is true. My higher self, my spirit knows that what they're saying might be true, but I don't. Your lower self is in control and in command, and we're gonna bite into the bunnies and the we're gonna keep the dead prana in our vibrational mix, which obviously is gonna keep you in a lower vibration. And the importance of eating right and getting rid of low vibrational dead prana is because it affects everything. Everything's connected. Everything's cyclical. And this is why I'm in a very good mood. This is why people are exiting and certain people are entering, because my vibration is rising. And your diet can keep you depressed. Your diet can eventually get you sick when you're 60 years old. All that stuff you've been eating. Oh, now you got cancer. Now you got this. Now you got that. Some people have it in their family. They were eating meat, they were eating this, then they died younger than they should have because it catches up to you. And the reason why it's important to adjust your diet, less meat, dairy, junk food, soda, corn fructose, all those poisons, more fresh food, fruits and vegetables, it affects your mood. It affects your decision making. It affects your vibration, your frequency. You can think better. You feel better. You're more powerful, and your whole course of life goes higher when you stay in your lower self and you let your lower self command all your decisions. Your life is going to go like this. When you're a high vibrational person, yeah, you're a high vibrational person. You know a lot of the knowledge, you know a lot of the truth, but you're still going like this because you won't ascend. And guess what? New Earth, no, you're out. Especially when you have more of a responsibility than some normie that doesn't know anything, that's not spiritually high vibrational. When you have the knowledge, and you pick and choose what you want to roll with, and other things, I'm going to still do this. I'm still going to, eat dead food. I'm still going to sleep with this clown and that one. And I'm still going to do low vibrational stuff, but I'm high vibrational. Like there's a teacher that I really like because she doesn't come off preachy. She just says, this is not going to benefit you. And when you know that, you can still do it, but the choice is yours, cause and effect. It's not about sin and, you're upsetting a deity and, guilt. No, cause and effect. If you continue to do this, this is what's going to happen. If you continue to eat dead prana, this is going to keep you here at a certain level. If you can continue to do certain things, if you, behave like a god, just doing, and we are powerful. We are supposed to know that we are powerful entities. But if you behave like you're not a part of a greater collective, in a dimension of rules, in a dimension of things that you are meant to understand and take into your psyche and live in accordance to these things that you learn, like the life cycle. You don't want to pollute yourself with certain things. If you understand things and you still do things anyway, like what makes you think you will ascend? You won't. You're going to, it doesn't matter how spiritually powerful you are. If you are too much of a narcissist and you're too much of you're just going to do whatever the hell you want to do. Things that are good, things that are not good, you're just going to do it. Well, you're not going to ascend. Simple cause and effect. No need to preach to you. The diet. I avoid dead, low prana food. And it affects you when you make that change. No dairy, no meat. You have more energy. It just affects you. You go through an adjustment period. Your body goes through an adjustment period and you feel different. It's because you're vibrating higher. I avoid, I was explaining to the friend that, there's fluoride in the water, there's GMO. Why did I bring this thing with me? I had my own ketchup. I had my own milk. I had my own cheese. I had my own everything. And I was explaining one by one, why am I doing these things? Okay. The water, there's fluoride in the water. We live in a system that is trying to keep you low vibrational. It is attacking your mind. It is attacking your health. It wants you to stay in your lower self. It doesn't want you to vibrate high. You vibrate high, we'll all get to that oneness. We'll all get to that. We'll just think better. We'll be better. We'll all be at a higher frequency. And when you're at a higher frequency, you can understand things better. They can't trick you as much. This is why there's so much trickery and there's so much people lost right now. And they can't think. There's so much attacking these people right now. One of those things is the diet. They're eating dead things. They're eating things with preservatives in their food. They're eating things, GMO food. They're spraying the skies. There's fluoride in the water attacking the pineal gland. There's so much things. And I explained to the friend, okay, this is why I bring my own ketchup. This ketchup that I brought, it's organic, non-GMO, real sugar. And I showed her the one that in all the diners and all the restaurants, preservatives, corn fructose, all these things. These are chemicals that are killing you. These are chemicals that are causing cancer. These are chemicals that are affecting your mind in the long term. Not one, if you go to a diner, a restaurant, and you put on ketchup, that's not going to do much to you. But living your life this way, just taking these products, eating them, the long term, yes, it is lowering your vibration. It is affecting your body chemistry. It is affecting your brain. The milk was easy. I don't drink animals' milk. It's not for humans. And whether you're vegan or not, people are starting to understand that it doesn't do a body good. There's a lot of bad things, including mucus and plaque buildup. There's a lot of pus. There's a lot of things about dairy that people are learning and understanding. Even people that have no intentions of dropping it, it doesn't do a body good. It's not good. And when you stop with the dairy, your body, it just, there's so many things. Like I haven't gotten a cold in 7 years. You don't have the mucus that you used to have when people get snotty when they're sick. That all goes away. You're really in a better place health-wise when you kick the dairy. What else did I bring? I don't use their sugar for anything if I'm having tea. I use blue agave. And I was just going down the list. Forget what else that I brought that was significant. But you get the point. You get the point. And why do I do these things? I feel great. I feel my life changing in a better place, going in a better place. I'm being rewarded. Things are opening up. Things are opening up in my mind. I'm getting new downloads, and things are being made clear to me, and things are coming to me, and things are getting out of my way. When people come into your life, you realize that it's because of your vibration. When people exit your life, it's because of your vibration. People are not going to like you. People are going to love you. And then some people are just not going to, like you. There's nothing wrong with you. You could be the sweetest angel. Just when you're vibrating high, they'll make something up. And he does this, he said that, and then judge you. They'll let it happen. Let it go. Because we're on a road to ascension. And in New Earth, there is none of this judgment. There is none of these negative, toxic energies. We're cleansing from that. And one of the ways to be on the right path is to cleanse yourself, cleanse your body, cleanse your thinking, really take charge of your eating, and, your frequency will change, your frequency will rise. And when your frequency keeps rising, you're going to see things shuffle and change so much for the better, because things are being unlocked. Doors are opening, other doors are closing. You just follow the path. And to the best of your ability. Like I said, I'm not here to preach to you or anybody. Do what you want to do. But for those who are on that vibration, to listen, to hear truth and bring it in instead of rejecting it, rationalizing the things that you want to do because you're on that lower vibration. Oh, I don't want to do this, or I'm going to still eat my chips. I'm going to still do this. I'm going to still do that. Do it. Just do it. But we're on a path. We're on a journey. And those who are doing the right things will realize those right things are being rewarded. And everything you do will be that much better when you're on a higher frequency. Sorry, my shirt's a little tight. I'm not showing off. I'm in my house. I was cleaning. This is a shirt I was cleaning with. That's mainly what I wanted to get on here and talk about, because I wasn't sure where I was going to put this video. Like I said, I'm in YouTube jail right now. So I was even going to put this on my music channel, because I don't know where I can speak right now. My vibration is rising, and you're going to get attacks from certain things, certain entities. Like, YouTube has taken an interest in my videos now that I'm getting realer, putting more real information out there. And my vibration is irritating people, I'm sure. And I'm being irritated by people. So it's like, we have a job to do now, high vibrational source players. And that is to start getting into your tribes, in your communities. I'm noticing that people who haven't woken up, they can't. And I'm not trying to be condescending. I am not trying to be condescending. I am speaking on a reality. People have a thinking problem, and it's getting more and more apparent. And for those who are high vibrational people who are aware of what's going on in the world, you can see it. You can't talk to people. Now, there's something wrong. And that thing that's wrong is because a lot of people are on the lower vibrational spectrum. They're just down there and they can't wake up. They're not on a vibrational frequency to accept truth, to wake up, to open their mind. And they're so programmed. One of the things that have got these people just so jammed up in the matrix is the inoculations and the inoculation conversation. The things that they say do not make any sense. The things that they do not make any sense. Their commitment to this wearing the damn mask. Like, I see people walking outside wearing a mask. And you try to conversate and explain to people that, you don't need to do this. And there's a lot of reasons why, like science-based reasons why what you're doing is meaningless. You are under a spell and you can't think through it. You can't wake up. What you're doing. I told a story about being in Jamaica in my other video. And we walk in through the eating section and they made us all wear masks. And to get into the eating area, they had to spray our hands, not me, because I refused everything, including the masks. They had to spray our hands with hand sanitizer. And then you had to walk in with the mask. And everybody was wearing a mask, it was a buffet style, putting food on their face, dutifully wearing the mask, partaking in an occult ritual. They just don't understand that. But they're wearing their shame muzzle. And they're walking around and they go to their table with the people that they walked in with, and then they take off the mask. So I'm looking at these people like, do these people understand that what they're doing is absolutely ridiculous? Let's just say there was, the pandemic was as intense as they want you to think it is. COVID is real. People caught COVID. I understand that. But there's not a pandemic. And that mask is not going to help you. The things that you do are going to help you. The things that you eat and don't eat are going to help you. The things your health consciousness, your health awareness is going to help you. Walking around with this and then getting that, that's what they want you to do because they have you down in their matrix and they've crippled a lot of people's mind and they can't think. I'm watching these people, they walk in like sim people. They walk in, robotic sim people, and they follow the rules, and then they go to the table and they take it off, and they eat with the same damn people they walked in there with, and they're doing this dutifully, in the full belief that this is fighting a virus. But those who don't, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't. I mean, there's people who know that it's just okay. CDC, government enforcing this thing for travel, for everywhere, in a lot of places, not everywhere, but a lot of places. And so they just do it because they're just doing it. Even them, it's just like they have this mentality of just wear the mask. What's the big deal? Because they don't have the light. They're not on a higher frequency to see that this is a ritual given to us by demonic people who have an agenda. And if you understand the whole game, you understand the secret cabals that are behind things and why they implement things and decree everyone to do it. When you know that and you vibrate high enough to vibrate against it, you have principle and integrity to know that I am not going to comply with demonic entities. No, they don't have it. They don't vibrate on that level. So it's just like, what's the big deal? Why can't you just, even if it's not true, why can't you just wear the mask? That's how they think because they're not on a high vibration, and you just have to let these people be them and separate. It's time to separate. That is another thing that high vibrational source players are going to have to start realizing. I'm relocating um, out. I have just made plans. I'm getting out of here, and here being New York City, and finalizing that very soon. And you, even when you go to the places that you feel your spirit feels better, you're gonna have to, really start to build community now, because the world is changing. Things are gonna happen fast. They're happening fast, and you're gonna realize that it's refreshing to have people on your vibrational level to support you, to understand you, to talk with you, to help you make decisions. And that's a gift to you when you vibrate high, when you eat right, when you live in your power, in your integrity, and in your light. And you just get more downloads and more information, and you're eating good, you're vibrating high, you get vibrating high, other high vibrating people in your life. You support each other, you learn, and you teach. A lot of spiritual people become narcissists and they stop learning. And that's why many of them will not ascend. I'm realizing that a lot of people think they're on that path to New Earth and think they're on that path to ascension, when no, they're coming back here. They're coming back to the school until you get your stuff together. I was about to curse, but I don't know what platform I'm putting this on. And so they stop learning. They stop ascending. They're high vibrational and knowledgeable, but they're high above a lot of people, but doing this, they're not going up. So when you vibrate high, you eat right. You do you go in communities where you are supported. You make new friends. You're going to realize that this is going to enrich your life. Stop being frustrated. There's a lot of people who are staying stuck in situations, and they're so frustrated. Oh, my friends, they're making fun of me. Oh, my family, they just don't understand. Let them go. Let it go. And stop fighting these people. You have to, there's people in my life that I will love forever, and I'm never going to abandon those people, because your friends and family, you don't. But when it comes to these issues and things, don't ruffle their feathers. Don't try to wake people up who can't be woken up. They're not on the vibrational level to understand any of it. And I'm talking about really, really smart people. We're living in a system that a lot of times the smart people are sometimes worse. They don't have the ability to, case in point, when you have a conversation with people, very smart, educated people, sometimes they don't realize that they are very intelligent, but super indoctrinated. And sometimes the higher the educational level, the higher the indoctrination. And what they do is they trap themselves. They trap themselves and they don't learn anymore, because they know this, they know this. They believe the system's lies so much that, they'll scoff at anything. One thing I don't do, I don't make fun of anybody. And there's a lot of people make fun of people, like flat earthers, and because they know it. No, you don't know. But this is what Socrates dealt with the sophists. The sophists were the know-it-alls, and they represented the status quo. And Socrates crushed all of that, everything that they thought they know. We live in a system, everything you think you know, you don't understand that we live in a system where they've lied to us about history and science since the day we were born. So we don't know anything. So when you hold and you cling to the status quo and your lies, and you don't realize that you know a whole lot of bullshit, that Yoda quote, you must unlearn. These are spiritual truths that they're putting out there. You must unlearn. Stop assuming that you know everything because you've been educated and they taught this to you. You believe these things. You don't know these things. And this is what a lot of the smartest people don't understand. They don't understand the difference between believing things and knowing things, and the periphery where belief and knowing meet, and where it's more belief or it's knowing. And a lot of people were educated and given a lot of truthful information mixed in with a lot of lies and false information. And they've done this to us in the educational system to control how you think. They taught us the theory of evolution as if it was fact. They teach us about the universe. They teach us everything that they teach you. Understand that this is governed by entities that have designs in mind for you. They don't want to disseminate certain truths about your very existence because it will affect how they can control you. They want you dumbed down. They want you to go to school, get a job, work in the system, and be a slave. They don't want you to really be a high vibrational master who knows, who has knowledge, secret occult knowledge of magic and spirituality, laws of the universe, how humanity began, what, universes, dimensions. They don't want you to know the secrets and the truth. They want you stupid, and they've succeeded. This is why, people like myself meet so much obstruction when you tell people things. Like, a lot of people know me for different reasons. Some people know me for the boxing videos, fighting videos. Some people know me for the Cosby videos. I'm still disseminating truth. And you have a group of people who are like, wow, this guy gets it. And he articulated exactly what the truth is. And there's people who are like, God, this guy, what an idiot, because I defended Cosby. And the truth is, I am correct about all these issues, and it's not me. It's not me feeding my ego. It is right thinking that leads me to the truth. Right thinking. So it is not about me. I'm not in it. There's nothing about me in it. It's right thinking that guides you to the truth, and it's going to be extremely unpopular. People are going to hate it. People are going to hate it because it's the truth. Hence my reference to Socrates all the time, arguing with the sophists. He was eventually put to death. He's honored throughout history and education now because he was a genius mind that, yeah, he was correct. But in his lifetime, they hated him. This is what all truth speakers have to go through. We're not agreed with. People who speak the truth, we're hated. We're thought of to be stupid, and we anger and trigger people because people hate the truth. They can't stand it. I want to wear this thing on my face because it's stopping the virus. That mask was in documents, at least as early as 2009. And it's in something called Scenarios for Lockstep, Rockefeller Foundation. And in fact, they put out propaganda against it because people started digging that up and said, hey, wait a minute. But you can look it up, USA Today. They put out propaganda to cover themselves because they're like, oh crap, people are finding us out. Scenarios for pandemics. They already talked about this in 2009, before there was any COVID. And they had plans in place for PPE, just in case, by the way. And this is a fact. Look it up, because they defended it. That's how they expose themselves in what they defend. And they had, the use of temperature checks, masks. We're going to get these people in face bed. We're going to do this all just in case there's an outbreak. And I think in that document, it was about some kind of pig outbreak that came from pigs, and then they implemented masks. What does that tell you? That as early as 2009, the corporate entities have decided we're going to mandate masks. And to this day, you have these simpletons that don't know this information wearing the mask. They don't give a damn if it's COVID. It could have been the swine flu. It could have been anything. They were going to get you in that mask and tell you that this is what's stopping this, virus from bats. Anything they made up, anything that was real, whatever they were going to unleash. This was the blueprint that they had ready for you, waiting. And they unleashed it. It just so happens to be COVID. And they're telling you to do this. And you can't tell people that, they're just walking around in masks. No, I feel safe. And this is what I'm going to do. You can't enlighten people who are not on the vibration to be enlightened or to wake up. They just obedient to the beast system. And there's going to be consequences and penalties for that. And so it is. Let it be. Don't fight with these people. Just walk your walk. You know what you need to know, and guide yourself to communities of like-minded. Don't frustrate yourself. Keep vibrating high. Keep learning, keep expanding. Some people are locked. They're locked. They have locks on their brain and they don't know how to open it. And you're not going to open it either. So don't try. You can talk to people and find out in a few seconds if they have the propensity to receive information, to respect what you have to say, to hear truth. You can see in a few seconds if someone can hear truth or not. I talk to people who they can't hear truth and they just spit out and regurgitate programming. And it's just like, I just respectfully just kind of play like I'm, I don't engage. I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's true. I don't want to engage, but when I am around like-minded, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that, I'm diving into the issues, and don't frustrate yourself. And there's a lot of high vibe people who frustrate themselves, and they think that they got to talk tough and fight the system, and you got to do this, and you're too weak. Nah, New Earth. This is where the battle is, not this. This is where the battle is. And our job right now, there's a new kind of warrior. Yes, that warrior is fearless. Yes, that warrior is badass. Yes, that warrior stands in his integrity, his or her integrity. And yes, that warrior knows his or her power. But it's not necessarily in a lot of people on the low vibration want the rah-rah, want a tough person. That's not coming to New Earth either. The battle is in the mind, and there's a new way to fight this war. And those things, those downloads will be unlocked when you're doing all this other stuff that I'm talking about. Eating right, honoring your temple, conquering yourself, your lower self. That's your biggest enemy. Like, your lower self wants to sleep around. Is so lustful that wants pleasure. Your lower self, and it's good when it's exclusive with another high vibrational, and it's clean and it's respectful. That's good. But our lower self is lustful and makes lustful, stupid decisions. Our lower self invites negative, low vibrational crap into our lives because it's just on that lower level. It anchors us into the matrix. Our lower self wants to eat meat and dairy and chips and soda and doesn't want to stop. And I'm doing this, and your whole course of life is just going to stay there and go down. It's not going to vibrate up. This is mind. This is the mind. So you can run out and punch a cop in the face, and you can do whatever you want to do to think you're tough. But if you haven't conquered your mind and you don't have the discipline to make badass decisions that are aligned with source, with this organism that we live on, stop doing these things. That is the new warrior that is ready for war. Because the new warriors will go to war right now. If picking up arms is the way, the real ones will pick up arms and go at anyone who is the issue fearlessly, including myself. If that's the way, I will do it tonight. I will lose my life tonight. But these real ones, these new warriors also know that, there is other ways. And other ways to fight wars doesn't mean, you're a bitch. Doesn't mean that it means you get this you get this, you get what's going on. You get how to fight. And mainly the new fight is here. So when you judge people to, oh, yeah, I need you to do this. I need you to run out in the street and speak truth to power and fist up and like, no, I don't have to do that. No, we are powerful. And what a lot of the source players need to know is that, yes, we are powerful entities and co-creators of reality, of this reality. I don't have to swing at this sim per character that's not even real. Recreate him. Know your power. Know who you are. And a lot of us are starting to step into our power, and people are not going to understand you and drop off. They're going to try to, I got to judge him somehow. Like, know your power, know who you are, stand in it, and continue to vibrate up. And what is going to come to you is amazing. What's going to come to you are good things. What's going to come to you are, certain gifts, rewards, downloads. When you eat right, when you adopt right thinking versus programming. These people around you, a lot of these people around you, they're lost. And you can see them on social media all day arguing the things they're saying don't make sense. Right now we have let's call it the ick scene that is not even an ick scene. You have people dying from COVID who have been fully vaccinated. And people don't even know what the working definition of that thing is. It means it gives you an immunity to whatever disease. These don't do that, but they still call it by name as a thing that it is not. And nothing registers with these people. It is not what they're saying it is. The snake oil that has comes with adverse reactions. Not definitely, but there's a risk of adverse reactions, and including death. And they're now requiring it for children who clearly don't need this thing. They have the strongest immune systems, and they're in the group that if they get it, they're the most likely to just, they'll be fine with a few days of care. They're inoculating these babies, and there's parents walking their kids to do it. These people are dead. These people they're already dead. They're on a lower vibration, and it's time to separate. These people are not on a vibrational level to understand that there's corruption. The system that we live in, these people are evil. The politicians talking to you, telling you to do this, to get the shot. This whole system is about to collapse. And a lot of us out here can feel it. We know it. We can feel it. What should you do during this time is stand in your integrity. Stop cowering. Stop. And you know what? I can admit fault. I was having a conversation, and when you're on a high vibration, you're open. You're not in your ego. And I can admit when I'm thinking something that's incorrect. And I was helping people, not helping them do it. I was listening to them. They wanted workarounds, the jab. They wanted to work around it and, acquire cards and things so that they can keep their jobs, so that they can attend. And, I was entertaining that. No more. That's not the way, because I do admit that it is feeding the beast. I think what people need to do is to stand in their integrity and not comply. Even with these fake workarounds, that's compliance. And no, I would never do it for myself, but people were telling me that this is what they wanted to do, and I was, listening to them, maybe helping them facilitate. But no, I wasn't doing that. I was listening to them, but they were asking for my advice and blessing. But I think from here on in is no, don't do it. Don't comply. Don't comply at all. Even with, I understand people's, listen, and I was trying to explain people, that didn't like that. You're not in their position. Some people, this is all they have. Their job, they have kids, they're gonna get fired. So they're under a certain pressure. And, they're just trying to communicate that, that side of the equation. And, now I understand that, yeah, you shouldn't comply. I mean, yes, as bad as it is, it's hard for me that doesn't have kids, that doesn't have the danger of being fired, to tell people who do have kids and do have the danger of losing the one job that they've ever had and then is giving them everything they need. Nah, F them, F the system, don't comply. It's hard for me to say that. I was trying to explain that to a friend but I think I can approach that conversation differently now and just be supportive, but encourage people to, don't comply. Don't comply. I understand, it's hard. I understand that it's difficult, but you have to stand in your power, in your integrity. Definitely don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want to do it. And don't comply. I think that in the end, this will be won. Not going to lie to you. Things are going to be difficult. They're going to be very difficult momentarily. But the end of this thing, at the end of this thing, is going to open up in your favor if you stood in your integrity. It's not going to be that way at first. It's going to get hard, like it is in New York. People are fired and protesting in the streets, and all these things are going on, and people are being devastated by this bullying. You see the media bullying Aaron Rodgers and Kyrie Irving and all these people, like they're frantically trying to hold on to power, and they're lying. They're lying to the people about everything, the efficacy. They're bullying public people, sports people, because they're popular and they don't want them to stand in their integrity. So they're trying to bend these people. You're seeing a lot of celebrity sellouts, these people who sold their souls or lost their souls, or they have God, their God is money. And they'll do anything to uphold their positions in society, and they work for the beast system. You have to navigate through all these traps. This is a demonic entity world, controlled by archon energy. And you're going to have to guide yourself a certain way and don't fall into the traps and the pressure and the bullying and the coercion. Stand in your power. Stay strong. Stand in your power. That's going to last forever. This job or whatever else is temporary. All that stuff is temporary. Your spirit, who you are, your integrity, that's permanent. And what you do and don't do, that's forever. That's forever. And you will always respect yourself when you've made decisions for yourself in your power and your integrity. And my phone's blowing up. Got a lot of work to do, voiceovers and music. And I'm almost at the hour mark. I think I said enough for this podcast. Look out for the ones coming up. Like I said, I'm going to be talking to some great people when I'm at a YouTube jail. That is, I don't know where this is going to be, but this is definitely going to be on the podcast audio. So it's going to be on Spotify, iTunes, and all that stuff. So, yeah, guys, this is just encouragement. Eat right, eat healthy to the best of your ability. Incorporate a little exercise. There's people who are, they try to play games and lie to themselves. Well, this is temporary. Like, no, this is your school right now. It is temporary. This is your avatar, and we're in school right now. So be a good student. All right. Eat right. Your mind, what you learn here, your experience here, you take with you forever. This is temporary. But your experience here, you take with you forever. So play the game right. Like we're playing a video game. Be a good player. Treat yourself. Love yourself. And by loving yourself, you eat right. You take care of yourself. And you will unlock things that you didn't even know you would experience. All right. So yeah, that's it, guys. Got a lot more to say. I can talk to you forever. But I gotta run. I got things to do, and I'm not gone. I'm gonna come back very shortly when I'm out of YouTube jail. All right. So until the next one, guys, be well.